Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Earlham Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA 14, featuring that college football revamp, of course. And we are here on the road taking on the SMU Mustangs, who are a little bit down bad right now. They only got a C+ overall squad, C offense, B- defense. We got a B offense, B- offense, B+ defense, but we are off to a really fast start though. Number 1 in points per game, number 1 in total defense, number 1 in rush defense. We're number 2 in the nation as well as turnover differential. We are doing well, just being number 1 free of the categories here in the America. You know, it's going to be a good game, man. You know, we should be able to take care of business. SMU, depending on what happens in this game, this might end up being a doubleheader, but you never know. But it should be an exciting one, man. So make sure you go ahead, smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe if you have to be brand new as well. Let's see how we handle things. And for the very first time this season, ranked in the top 25. Let's get it, man. So with that being said, let's go ahead and officially get things underway. And SMU already done messed up, man. They kicked it off to Justin Burden. And you know what happens when you get him on the side of the field. He's going to take it back on you, and he's going to make them pay for it here, man. 104 yards in the end zone, baby. Let's go, man. What a way to start this game. We're already up 7-0. Let's see if we can go ahead and see if our defense can go ahead and set a tone, as Parker is actually going to go ahead and run it right up the middle. Is going to manage to pick up 13 yards here on the ground. So not a bad start for the SMU running back. Let's see if he can do what it takes to pick up a first down here on this 3rd and 3, as Laden dropping back. Pressure is picked up pretty well and is able to get it off to Kendrick Cobb, who manages to pick up a gain of 10. It looks like SMU's going on a little bit of a drive themselves, as Parker is going to get upfield and pick up a gain of 5 on the play. It's now 2nd and 5 coming up here, following that nice little run up the gut. SMU doing a nice little job, man, not going to lie. As Laden dropping back again, this time throwing it short over to Perry, and nobody goes with him. Preston Perry able to get it upfield for a gain of 14. And the Mustangs are on the move, on the edge of the red zone as well, as Collier, he's actually going to get them into the red zone just about with that 5-yard run. RJ Greenway has to come through and make the tackle. As a couple plays later, Walden drops back again, this time throwing over the middle, and what a catch by Novak, and manages to get into the end zone. Touchdown Mustangs. I can't even be mad at that. That is one heck of a catch that Novak made. He deserved that touchdown. But for the very first time today, we're going to go ahead and see our offense as well. It's been doing really good to start the season. Let's see if we can get a good start here. Is Holman, he gets some good yards on the move, but fumbles the football. And the Mustangs are going to recover. The team that has not won a single game this season is now suddenly showing some signs of life. He's got a 1st and 10 coming up here. Walden dropping back, throwing to the right-hand side, gets it out to Parker. Dion Parker able to get a gain of 8. As we'll go ahead and see now if the Mustangs can take advantage of the rare fumble by CJ Holman. That's only his 2nd fumble of his entire career. As we go ahead, we do at least force them to, you know, maybe take a field goal attempt. No, wait a minute. They're actually going to go for it. You know, they're putting the nuts on the shoulder and see if they can pick it up. Here is Walden. Drops back, gets it to Terrell. And Terrell actually goes ahead and picks up the first down. And the drive will still continue. SMU not going to settle here today. They come in as huge underdogs. And certainly shell-shocking Earlham a little bit here, man. Seems like the way that we're playing right now, other than that return for a touchdown, we have not really been able to do much of anything, to be honest with you. It seems like we really did not come ready to play whatsoever. We have taken them for granted so far, but that being said, we at least forced them to go ahead and take a field goal attempt this time around. Keep them out in the end zone, but SMU is actually going to take an early lead here. They're going to come up 10-7, and the Mustangs will have their first lead of this ball game. We'll see if our offense can respond, though. We had a fumble, last time out, but it's time to see, time to get us back on track. And Miami, get him going as well. Specifically, he is a main vocal point of this offense. He's got a 3rd and 4 waiting for us. Here's Miami. Dropping back, going to try to get it out to Jeremy Sprinkle Jr., but he can't ring it in. And we're going to have to punt this football away. And SMU might have us on upset alert, dare I say it. If we don't turn around quickly, as Chris Ty can't get to him soon enough. Jason Gibson able to make the catch out of the backfield for a gain of 7. As we'll go ahead now, try to bring the blitz. It's a run up the gut to Parker. MJ Granson, he can't make the tackle. And it looks like Chris Ty is able to get up in there with Javonte McLaurin. But a big gain on the ground here. Is now 1st and 10. Parker going to take it up the right-hand side once again. Another nice run for Deion Parker. A gain of 8 yards. And, the Mustangs been doing a really good job of executing overall. But that being said, it's one of those things where, the defense not playing up to its typical level, at least what we've been accustomed to earlier this season. But we're at the end of the first quarter. SMU is actually ahead of us 10-7 right now. And, we got some work to do. We certainly have some work that needs to be done. Let's see if we can play a better quarter here, starting with this play right here. As Walden down the left-hand side gets it out to Kendrick Cobb, but does not reach the first down marker, though. And the Mustangs looks like they're going to go ahead and settle for another field goal here. If he makes it, that would make it 13-7 here, as the kick is going to be up, and it is right down the middle. I wasn't going to have enough power, but was able to muscle it through there. So Mustangs go away with another field goal. And we're now down 13-7 now, as Miami trying to get something going here. Going to go ahead and slide down, pick up the first down. SMU doing a really good job of at least building a wall, making sure that Miami can't scramble out of the backfield, at least without getting a ton of yards on the ground. But, we really need to get CJ Holman going at this point. He's only had a few carries to this point in time. Gotta lean on that run game a little bit, but, not in this case. 3rd and 4, gonna throw to the right-hand side. Jariah Bond can't make a tackle, or break a tackle, unfortunately. And again, another punt that we had to do. The offense, not getting it done so far. And SMU, they're doing a really good job of executing, as once again the Mustangs are going to be on our side of the football field. As we got a 2nd and 12 now coming up. Walden going to keep it on the read option now. One-on-one with Mario Hernandez. Actually, that's Cameron Frost, but still able to make the tackle. And it's going to be a 3rd and short now coming up here. We'll see if they go back to that read option. No, it's a pass. Walden gets it out to the left-hand side over to Garrett Russ, who picks up 6. And Walden's been perfect. Still has not thrown an incompletion yet here today. And it also helps that he has a little bit of speed. Not as fast as Miami, but is fast enough to run those read options and be considered a legitimate threat. Is now 2nd and 4, throwing it out short over to Gibson. Nobody was out there to cover him. RJ Greenwake was able to come out and make the tackle. But a gain of 7, though, and it's another red zone trip for the Mustangs, as Walden almost gets intercepted by Justin Burden. We needed that. If Burden made that catch and stayed in bounds, he was taking that to the crib. One of the elite, returners in the country. But it does help us slow down this SMU attack, as even though they were able to go ahead and get some significant yardage on us this time around, We do make them settle for another field goal. It's a good thing they're having a tough time, getting it into the end zone themselves, because now we're down by 2 possessions. We need to go ahead. We got to go about making sure. We got to get some points on the board straight up and down as Miami looking over the middle, and we forced it. The pressure getting to him, and Miami throws his first interception of the day, and that's exactly the opposite what we needed. Trying to force some things that simply was not there. We do force him to a free and out and get him to another field goal, but man, we got to play a little bit better than this straight up and down as Miami. He's trying to throw it on the right-hand side, and Jakeem's short this time. He doesn't even jump for the football. He should have had it. He had, one-on-one. I am spamming triangle, right? And doesn't do anything. Imagine that. This is really bad. This is not a good look for us whatsoever. If we want to have some aspirations in the American Conference and, at the national level, we got to play a lot better than this straight up and down, man. That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. Because right now, SMU really does have us on upset alert right now. So this is going to be a really big drive for us that we have to deal with as Finn Otis almost gets an interception, but the defensive linemen, I swear, have hands made of butter, because every time we got our hands on the ball, as a defensive lineman, they can't make the catch. Like, straight up and down, they cannot make the catch to save their lives. And it leads to a first down because of it. Drive could have been over by now, but instead, it's 1st and 10. They're trying to run 4 verticals and gets it out short to Preston Perry. Not a first down, so we do go ahead and call their first timeout. As we go ahead, try to call another blitz, try to throw Walton off, but Mario Hernandez dives for the football, can't get there, unfortunately. And it's going to cost us some more as Kendrick Cobb pours it on for the Mustangs. And we're getting rocked right now. We're down 26-7. This drive is absolutely huge right now. Try to get something going, and that's almost intercepted too. Ryan Gordon was the one who got his hands on it this time around. We just got to settle down straight up and down. We just got to settle down a little bit here. We got to get some points on the board. At least get it down to a 2-possession game before we go into the locker room. That will help us out, though. Adam Hill the third. A 43-yard gain gets us back in the SMU territory. I think for the first time today, now if I think about it, as Miami dropping back, trying to throw to the right-hand side. That's nearly intercepted again. And Miami is going to be shaken up a little bit. So at least for the rest of his drive, CJ Patton will come into the game here. 2nd and 10. Dropping back, trying to throw it over the middle to Sprinkle Jr., who ends up dropping it. If CJ throws that on the inside, that could be 6 points. But instead, got 3rd and 10 coming up right here. Need a play from CJ. Dropping back, going to try to throw one in to the bucket for Robert Price Jr. And you love to see that. And a 1st and 10 that we get to work with here once again. Is now play action, trying to get it out over the middle. Was looking for Eric Sprinkle Jr. again, but a bad pass though. And a few plays later now, 3rd and 9. Really would like to get into the end zone here. That will help us as Robert Price Jr. gets us the first offensive touchdown of the day. Something that we needed badly. And that's how this first half's going to end for us. We're down by 12, but we do at least get points before we go ahead and end the first half. So we get into the halftime locker room so that we can go ahead and check out the injury update for Miami Ugalye. And he actually strains his pectoral. So he's going to be out for the rest of the game. CJ Patton will now be in at quarterback. And then also, apparently, whenever we were like simming out, getting those second times in those sims, both Derek Blue and Cornell Smith got hurt in the previous episode. So they're going to be out for a long period of time as well. But in the meantime, we just got to go ahead. We have to figure out a way to win this football game. If we want to do big things, we cannot lose this game right here. So that being said, second half, let's go ahead and play so much better than what we've been doing right now. Alright, man, so the second half is now here, and it's time for us to go ahead and start making a recovery here, as we're down 26-14. So, let's go ahead and just get a stop here to start the second half. That would really help us out right now. Not that first down, though, as I got a 1st and 10 to work with here. Walton trying to run that read option, gets it out to Parker, who's going to take it down the sideline, but Justin Burden able to catch up and force Dion Parker out of bounds. So 2nd and 7 coming up here a few plays later, as Walden, he's going to wind up and go deep, but dropped by Mario Hernandez, who went step by step with the receiver and almost forced the interception. As now we got a 3rd and 7 thanks to that, though, as Walden dropping back, going to throw to right hand side and gets it out to Novak, who does end up picking up the 1st down for the Mustangs. Good for a gain of 13. Is now 2nd and 13. Speaking of which, got a man in motion. Walden dropping back, throwing over the middle, gets it out to Terrell, and it's another 1st down for the Mustangs here once again. And we're scrambling right now. We are scrambling in the worst way possible, as we're looking confused on defense. This is really uncharacteristic for these guys, at least what we've seen so far this season. Really gotta, stiffen up here, at least make them take a field goal so we can keep us a 2-score game, as Collier does end up picking up the 1st down once again. And it's now 1st and goal coming up here. Big set of plays coming up for the Mustangs, as Walden drops back. All by himself is Preston Perry, who gets it in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. And we're down even more now, down 33-14. We just need a spark. We need somebody to give that spark for us right now. We'll see if Frank Bowers can give that to us. He's got some blocks on the outside. He's taking it downfield. Is anyone going to catch him? It's a diving tackle, but Frank Bowers with a 68-yard return. And that would have helped us a little bit. We only got a field goal from it. So, not necessarily what I wanted to see, but it does at least make it a 2-score game. But we do at least go ahead, get a 3 and out. And look what happens, on that 3 and out. CJ Patton actually is also out as well, it seems like. So that means 2 quarterbacks are now hurt in the game. So we need Frank Bowers to step up right here, right now. Get us some good field position to work with. Taking it to the outside and gets us across midfield. Let's go. So on that last run as well, CJ Patton gets hurt as well, and he's out for the rest of the game. So CJ Patton's gone, and Miami Uiagalelei, he is also gone, like a girl in a country song, at least in terms for his game. So that only leaves 1 quarterback left on this roster, Orlando Laden. He has, he's a true freshman, a weaker version of CJ Patton, can't run, 80 throw power, 75 accuracy, and now he's going to have to come in for the rest of the game, and hopefully we have to be real careful how we play him as well, because if we lose him too, we're out of quarterbacks. We only have 3 quarterbacks on the roster, so this could be a big problem. So a really big spot here for Orlando Laden, as he's going to get his first ever game action, and it's not off to a good start whatsoever. Orlando Laden actually gets sacked in the backfield, and at this point, we're just trying to see if we can pick up some yards here. CJ Holman's going to get the carry. But wait a minute. He can actually pick up the 1st down. No. 14-yard gain, but it's a manageable 4th down. And we have to go for it at this point, but I don't trust our starting freshman quarterback. So CJ Holman, he's going to get the carry up the gut, and he does come through for us at the very least. Gain of 7 yards. But it's going to have to be more than CJ Holman. It's going to have to be a whole group effort if we want to come back and win this game, despite the fact that we have a 3rd-string true freshman quarterback in the game at this point. That's a nice run here by Jesse Green. Is now another 1st and 10 coming up here. Going to hand off to Jesse Green once again, who breaks 1 tackle and does push us forward for a gain of 6. So that sets up at least a manageable 2nd and 4. Now I feel a little bit more comfortable getting Orlando Laden the pass. We'll see how he does with the halfback screen. Sells it perfectly, and the blocking is there, and that's going to be the first career touchdown pass for Orlando Laden. Shout out to CJ Holman following the blockers and getting us into the end zone. And we also force a free and out as well. So this next drive right here could very much potentially get us back in this ball game, make it just a 1-possession game. We need it in the worst way as of right now. Now, 1st and 10 coming up here. Orlando in the shotgun, gonna hand off again to CJ. And some tough running, but manages to pick up 5 yards on the ground. As we get into the end of the 3rd quarter, we're down by 9 points. Can Orlando Laden and CJ Holman help Earlham come back? Gonna need to see those 4s up. This is gonna come down to the very end. Let's get it done. Let's make the comeback happen. So let's go. 2nd and 5 to start off this 4th quarter. Going with a 4-wide set is Laden. Going over the middle. Gets it out to Jariah Bond, which is a nice throw by Orlando, by the way, because that was a tight hole that he tried to squeeze it through. But did it efficiently, though, as he got another 1st and 10. Going to try to throw it back to Jariah Bond, but this time it was way off. And it was almost intercepted in the process as well. So going back to the run game here on this 2nd and 10, as CJ is going to take the carry. And he's going to take it up the middle and pick up a gain of 11 yards. 1st down for the Quakers. As we try to punch it in with CJ Holman down by the goal line. And we get it in there. Touchdown, Earlham! We're only down by 2 points now. Let's go, baby! So only down by 2 at this juncture of the game, as Orlando with another free and out behind him. Is this the opportunity that we've been looking for? Can we take the lead on this drive? We don't need a touchdown, but at least get us in field goal range, where Jacob Ramos will take care of the rest. As we get to Jariah Bond, who tries to take it to the outside. He's got some space to work with, but he's caught from behind, and we're now in the red zone too. But will we, stall out a little bit here? 3rd and 10 coming. Orlando dropping back, trying to throw over the middle. Gets it to Jariah Bond again, who gets it in the end zone. Touchdown, Earlham. Let's go. Orlando Laden in his collegiate debut, coming in the clutch. And we're also going to try and go ahead, trying to go for the 2-point conversion. This will put us up by 6. And that 2-point conversion is good. So if SMU does score on the next drive, all we would have to do is get a field goal and we can win this game. But I'm sure the defense wants to make sure that doesn't happen again, as it's going to be a big drive here for both teams. If we can get a stop, this game could potentially be over. But no, SMU isn't going to come down without a fight. It's now 1st and 10. Walden in the shotgun, going to fake the handoff, and is actually going to try to take it upfield himself, as Nate Hunt and company eventually brings him down. But we get him to another 3rd and short here. Can the defense stand up? Walden handing off to Parker. We get him in the backfield. Nate Hunt gets in there and disrupts the play. And look what SMU decides to do. They are actually going to punt the ball back over to us right now. And so we have an opportunity to just go ahead and run out the rest of his clock straight up and down. As Frank Bowers, he's going to take it down the sideline. He's got plenty of space to work with. He's down to the 30. One man the beat, pushed out of bounds. Gain of 55 yards though. And we do run a little bit of time off the clock, but we are able to get that field goal that we need. And that will go ahead and make it a 2-score game for us. So now we didn't finish the game, but that being said, we at least, make it really difficult for SMU to try to come back. And listen, they can dink and dunk all they want, but I mean, they only have 1 timeout to work with, so that clock is still going to run. Is now 3rd and 2. Walden over the middle, gets it out to Patrick Terrell, who hangs on to it and picks up the 1st down in the process. Is now 1st and 10. Walden dropping back again, trying to throw it out to his running back. but drops it. He heard the footsteps of Frank Bowers. And is back down to a 2nd and 10 now as one will drop back again. As Novak, he drops the pass as well. Josh Brown disrupts that play. And we get him to a 3rd and long. It's time for us to go ahead. Send the dogs here. We're going after his quarterback, Walden. Getting on, trying to run the quarterback draw, but Josh Brown disrupts that one as well. And now SMU has no choice but to go ahead and try and pick up the 1st down right here, as this is a game nearly intercepted by MJ Granson. He read him like a book and nearly had the interception. And we will escape Dallas, Texas, winning this game by a final score of 42-33. Man, that was a much more difficult game than it really needed to be. If I'm going to be really honest with you guys, that shouldn't have been as close as it was. We are a lot better than what we showed out there, but you know what? At the end of the day, we survived. We're advancing to next week. Let's see what happened with our team stats, man. So, man, oh man, was that a sweaty game or what? SMU, man, they had us on the ropes, man. I'm not gonna lie, it did not look good for us. We was down 26-7 at one point. We even had our 3rd string quarterback, and we did end up winning this game by multiple possessions. But at the same time, though, this was a game that SMU could have easily won. They could have beaten us, and they, they gave us a little bit of a lesson. We talked a little smack about SMU in the last episode, and even a little bit to start this episode as well, man. So, get a little slice of humble pie, but we do end up coming out on top. Looking at the stats for our guys here today, and this was one of those games where this was just ugly. I honestly don't know how we ended up winning this game. We should not have won this game, but Miami started off at quarterback for us here today. He ends up getting pulled for a strained pec, and he was flustered a little bit. 4 for 9, 62 yards, 2 interceptions. CJ Patton came in. He was a little bit better. 2 for 5, 31 yards, and a touchdown. But then Orlando Laden surprisingly came in and showed some poise out there. He ended up throwing 6 for 10, 77 yards, and 2 touchdown passes. I'm proud of him, man. 3rd string quarterback. You're not expected to play at any point in the season. He comes in and helps us make a comeback. Meanwhile, for the ground game, we ignored the ground game a little bit, it seemed like, until Orlando Laden came into the game, and then we leaned more on CJ Holman, who, got better as the game went on. 16 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. Nothing crazy, but, I mean, it was an exciting one nonetheless. Receivers, we didn't throw the ball all that much. We didn't even have a ton of plays per se, but Jariah Bond, CJ Holman, and Robert Price Jr. all managed to find the end zone. Bond led the team in catches and yards. He had 5 catches for 68 yards. Holman found the end zone off the halfback screen. The first passing touchdown for Orlando Laden. 3 catches for 26 yards. And then Robert Price Jr. ended up with 2 catches for 31 yards. Now, defensively, granted, we didn't force any turnovers, and I don't think we even forced any sacks, to be honest with you, but MJ Granson, came out there. He did his thing for sure. He had 10 tackles on TFL, led the team in tackles. Josh Brown and Nate Hunt weren't both not too far behind, but yeah, we did not get a single tackle in this ball game, or not a single tackle, single sack. This was a really ugly game for our defense. Our defense did not do well whatsoever, but that being said, it did what it needed to do so that we can win this game and remain undefeated over the course of this season. So after the game, we do end up receiving an update on the recruiting front as well, and we do find out that Robert Harvey is going to sign with the squad, the 62 overall middle linebacker, out here doing some good work. And he's going to be coming to the squad, man. You absolutely love to see it, as, we try to build a better, team moving forward. As speaking of moving forward, our schedule only gets tougher. Remember, SMU was one of the worst teams in the American Conference, at least perceived in that kind of way, and they almost upset us, and it only gets tougher. Next episode, we actually play up against Navy, they're 3-1 right now. They have that triple option attack at Navy, or at least I think they do. Things could always change here in these NCAA dynasties. We'll just have to wait and see, what's going on with that, as maybe they do run a little different of an offense, 210 yards passing per game, but that's something that we'll find out for next episode, as we will go ahead and take on the Navy midshipmen as we move up to number 21 in the top 25 rankings. It's going to be a good one, man, so make sure you smash that like button, as well as hit subscribe if you have to be brand new, and like what you see here on the channel. This is John J. Gaming on the mic, signing off, but hoping you're all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.